Hey up guys, it's the Yorkshire Pudding. There's a countless number of ways to play Old School RuneScape, and how you choose to play the game can tell you a lot about yourself. This is a part 2, so if you haven't yet checked out the first part, link is in the description below. They're not chronological, so feel free to watch it after this video. The first account build we have to kick off this video are PMods, aka Player Mods. They are the high school monitors of RuneScape. The ones who in school always reminded the teacher that a homework assignment was due. They never ever curse or swear, but will be the first to report you if you uttered even the mildest of profanity. Nobody likes that. Wait, what's that? They can mute your character in RuneScape. Oh, that PMod. Yeah, they're great, brilliant in fact. I love PMods, and actually when you see them around I think we should actually show a bit more gratitude to them for keeping this game so safe. Honestly, these guys are the players we should all look up to and strive to be. We should even have an in-game event called Hug a PMod Day just to show our appreciation. Yeah, please don't mute me. Next up we have the Role Player. Now RuneScape is an MMORPG, the RPG standing for role playing game after all, but some guys out there take this literally. You'll be there asking a guy for directions to the Grand Exchange and suddenly he's like, "Halt, traveller, what business hast thou here within the realm of the White Knights?" I just need to find the GE, mate. I'm actually in a bit of a hurry to be honest. What is this GE in which you speak? Is it one of Merlin's creations? Look, I get that you've got staying character, but I really just need to sell these cowhides. Just tell me where the G is. You know, the Grand Exchange? Ah, so it must be some sort of tavern, correct? Wait, no. A guild hall? It's the big trading place where people buy and sell items. You must be referring to the Falador General Store, just northwest of here. The next one's staying character is gay. Now where is the Grand Exchange? It's to the northeast of Falador, just above Varrock West Bank. Watch out for scammers and gambling bots, bro. Next up, we have the Completionist. They must complete everything the game has to offer. 99 in every skill, finishing all the quests, mini-quests, achievement diaries, and even music tracks. Even completing the collection log, which is almost impossible as I discussed in my previous video, but the Completionist mindset will compel them to try anyway. Now all jokes aside, I do think RuneScape lends itself actually pretty well to the completionist mindset. There's a finite number of quests and achievements. There's a collection log to record all unique drops. There's a set number of skills, with the only new skill Old School RuneScape has ever had being the sailing skill, which will release in a few days, and all the skills have a level cap of 99. Let's compare this to World of Warcraft. There's thousands and thousands of quests in WoW, and there's also a ton of daily quests which are repeatable. There's no in-game quest list showing you all the unfinished quests, and some classes and races have unique quests only available to them. And it's also very common to have multiple characters, meaning that one character started quests in one area and another one of your characters have started quests at the other side of the world. Realistically, you're never going to complete all quests, at least on a single character, and there's no way of even knowing if you've completed them all. And once out leveled, many quests then become useless. Other than goals you set yourself, there's no defined completion with regard to questing. Maybe an achievement you get from completing some but not all of them, which rewards you with a title as opposed to the prestigious quest cape like in Old School RuneScape. Achievements just don't seem to hit the same in WoW either. In Old School RuneScape, the achievement rewards are generally really good and worth aiming for. There's many achievements in WoW that give you nothing at all. It's also the case that some achievements are only available for a limited amount of time, never to be obtainable again. As for max levels, I mean, what even is the max level in WoW? It used to be 60, then 70, 80, 85, 90, 100, 110, 120, then back to 60, then 70, and I think it's now back at 80. There's no completing it. It's always been changed like them staircases in Harry Potter. So yeah, in Old School RuneScape, completionism is actually a viable thing to strive for, with clearly defined targets, milestones, and rewards. And maybe someday someone will eventually complete the entire game, including all the collection log slots. We'll have to wait and see. Now we have the Lawmaster. Now I don't know if any of you know this, but one day I was doing a quest in RuneScape and noticed something. The NPCs actually say stuff. Like, as in, if you click on them and look at the bottom left of your screen, there's actually dialogue. I say this because I usually just hold down the spacebar and click the numbers 1, 2 or 3 whenever the text lights up blue. I don't have a clue what they're actually talking about because I just don't read it. But after doing some research, it appears that all these quests have stories with NPCs giving you bits of lore and context as you go around the world. Now whenever I play games with my girlfriend girlfriend, I always end up getting ahead of her in the game because I'm there grinding out my skills and spamming spacebar to get through the text when talking to NPCs as fast as I can. And she's there getting all immersed and reading all the text to all the quests and questioning how Gertrude could have possibly lost a cat when she claims to love cats so much. Whereas I'm there thinking that I had to go to the lumberyard northeast of Arrett because Gertrude was into a bit of DIY and I just so happened to find a cat whilst over there. The lore masters who play RuneScape love reading all the text in game and know all the lore, and I think it's best we leave them to it. The defense pure. Not one defense pures, quite the opposite. Accounts that level the defense extremely high whilst keeping their other combat stats at level 1. It's a bit of a novelty account build made by people who enjoy trolling their fellow RuneScape players in PvP. They equip the tankiest gear they can with a full inventory of Saradomin and Brews, Anglers and Crambwams, so they're really hard to kill by other people around the same combat level. At level 75 you can equip the Dragonfire Shield and use its special attack to one-shot unsuspecting players, so in a weird sort of niche way it can actually be quite effective. These guys are the armadillos of RuneScape, strange little armoured things. The PVMer. They log on in the morning and kill monsters, log on during the lunch break and kill more monsters, then log in during the evening and kill even more monsters. They have 30 million range, strength and magic XP, yet the runecrafted, mining and agility are still below level 70. In fact, combat skills and Slayer aside, they have no skilling stats at level 99 because the whole RuneScape life's purpose is just to boss and do Slayer. But these guys are loaded because it's not 2005 anymore and woodcutting use, fishing for sharks or runecrafting natures just doesn't quite make you bank like it did back in the day. Instead, killing Vorkath, Zulra or even the giant mole are great ways of making money. I killed 3,000 giant moles a couple of months ago during a clan event and pet hunting, and I ended up making just over 70 million GP in profit. Pretty insane. In fact, if you'd like a guide showing you how to kill the giant mole efficiently, I'll post a link in the description of this video. Be careful though, it's not for beginners and the mole can be extremely dangerous. Next up we have the Winjer, as we say in Yorkshire, or Mona. The one who constantly complains about being over the drop rate even though they've only got 30 KC at a boss. This guy will swear down that Jagex has personally cursed his account to give him worse odds than every other player. He'll forget about all the times he did get lucky, but remember every single time he didn't. Now going dry on a boss is really frustrating, and with very few exceptions in the game, you can kill a boss 5,000 times for a 1 in 2,000 drop chance item, not get the item, and still be no closer to receiving the drop as you were the very first time you killed it. That's the unfortunate truth. Now dry mechanics have been proposed as a solution, like the ones from the Desert Treasure 2 bosses, but that goes beyond the scope of this video and may be worth discussing in another sometime. The way I deal with going super dry is first by turning on the light because it's always really dark in there. And then instead of setting myself a goal of getting the drop itself, I then set myself a goal to see how dry I can go before getting the drop. Now every time I don't get the drop, I'm like, ah yes, I'm making progress towards my new goal. Yes, this is cope taken to the next level. I even start looking up the world record for how dry someone else has gone on the same item before and see if I can beat it. Think about it this way, you either make a world record or you acknowledge that however dry you think you are, there's somebody else who's been worse off. There's also that awkward sort of good luck, bad luck that sometimes happens in game. Like I got super lucky in my first Cerberus Slayer task I ever had the other day. In around only 200 kills I got 3 crystal drops, which are a 1 in 520 drop chance each. And I believe I even got them within my first 150 kills, making it even more lucky at the time. But let's take a look at which ones I got. You have the Primordial Crystal worth 20 million, this is the big one. Then the Eternal Crystal, and we'll include the Smouldering Stone too because it has the same drop rate and it's a similar price as the Eternal Crystal of just over 4 million. A decent drop. Then you have the Troll drop, the Pegasian Crystal worth just over 150k. So take a guess which 3 I got. I got 2 Pegasian crystals and an Eternal Crystal. Yep, 2 of the cheapest. So what do you guys think? Is this lucky or not? I mean, getting the free drops are super lucky within the drop rate, and I could have got none at all, so I'm definitely thankful for that. But I did also end up getting the Troll drop twice, and the Eternal Crystal once, so I'm not sure that's the luckiest combination I could have gotten. Ultimately, the collection log items, and the RNG does end up balancing itself out, so as I do more tasks I'll probably go through extended dry periods, then all of a sudden drop the Primordial Crystal followed by the pet. It swings and roundabouts, and instead of getting yourself down about drop rates, if you just stick with it and smash content, you'll find yourself getting more and more drops. It's like that old saying, the harder you work, the luckier you get. It's almost as if the two are connected. Now we have the Spoon. This is the mortal enemy of the previous Winjer. Ignore what I just said about the harder you work, the luckier you get. This doesn't apply to this guy, he's just born lucky. He kills the boss once and drops the pet. He gets back-to-back uniques when everyone else struggles to just get one. But he is convinced that he grinds just as much as everyone else. Get good, bro, he says after receiving his Bandos chest plate from Bandos after only 15 KC. Crying is free, he replies. And I definitely don't have a specific individual from my clan in mind whilst discussing this section of the video. Next up we have the XP waster. There comes a point in your RuneScape life where you realise this game is extremely grindy. You search around the web for optimum strategies and XP rates to reach max as fast as possible and to avoid wasting time. But not this guy. This guy plays Castle Wars. He ventures into the game's room. He attends house parties and goofs around in the throne room. He has fun, and we cannot be having that in our game. Every minute spent smiling is a minute losing XP. He should be there doing rooftop agility laps or playing Guardians of the Rift, not playing Fashionscape in the Grand Exchange, or worse, logging off to go out with friends. Time is money, and that money can be used to buy a T-bow. Now we have the guy who just cannot stick with a single piece of content for more than a few hours. There's no grinding a single skill from level 80 to 99 in one go. It's more like training his level 80 skill, gaining 50 XP, then trying a different skill, getting bored at that, do a clue scroll, maybe do a quest, kill a boss 3 times, decide to do a slayer task only to do half of it and then go back to the original skill. And in about a week or two he's now reached level 81. The guy bounces around content and never trains in one place for more than a couple of days max. Then he moves on to some other content in game and just never ever finishes what he started